All right, how's everyone doing today? Back again with another video for you guys and gals. And today, what I have for everyone is my versus/comparison video between the Aomais Sport 2 and the Omaker M6 Bluetooth speakers. Real quick though, before we get into this, I just want to apologize for a few things. I want to apologize if the video quality is not up to snuff. As you can see, I'm using my primary video shooter in this video because my G6 is off camera on the charger. And I also want to apologize because I am coming down with a little bit of a cold and my voice is going in and out. So pretty much after I finish recording all of these videos, I do need to take a break, but I'm trying to power on through so I can get this done because I gave you guys my word that these videos would be up in a timely fashion. So I'm doing my best for you guys. So I just want to throw that out there. Anyways, without further ado, let's jump into this comparison video. So jumping right in, the first thing I want to cover with you guys is the overall build quality and design between these two speakers. And pretty much, guys, although the designs are a little bit different, in terms of build quality, I would have to say it's a tie. They both offer some really solid build quality with some tactile and clicky buttons. So that being said, in my opinion, I would say the build quality is a tie. Talking about the design of the two speakers, this is where it comes down to more of personal preference, but in my opinion, they both offer some really clean and really straightforward design, which clearly gives you a hint to their purpose. Okay, so with the Omaker M6, it's more of a functional design, very clean and functional. Whereas with the Aomais Sport 2, you still maintain the functionality, but you get a sense of the ruggedness of this speaker. But again, talking about the overall design, I would again have to say it's a tie, okay? Alright, so in my opinion, when it comes down to the build quality, it's a tie. When it comes down to the design, although that's personal preference, in my opinion, that's a tie. Now let's talk about the core features of both of these Bluetooth speakers. Now, core feature wise, you're going to hear a lot of similarities with a few differences, okay? Core feature wise, these both support Bluetooth 4.0, so you can be living that hashtag cableless lifestyle, because you know that's important. Also, they both support built-in microphones, which means that you can make and receive phone calls and dictate to your devices using voice commands if you have a device where it has that functionality. Okay. Also, both of these speakers support water resistance, but there is a difference between the two. The Aomais Sport 2 supports an IPX7 rating, where the Omaker M6 supports an IPX5 rating. So what's the difference between those? The IPX7 is full water submersion of up to 1 meter of water or 3 feet for 30 minutes. Whereas the IPX5 rating is splash protection. In particular, what is it? The surge, the things in the pool, the squirters in the pool, that type of protection. So jet protection, that's what I was thinking of, the pool jet protection. So it can handle splashes and it could handle jets of water, but they didn't say anything when it comes to full submersion. Although in my testing, it can handle it a little bit, but you don't want to leave it submerged for a long period of time. I got scared trying to test this, guys. But it is what it is, and that's the difference there. Okay? Yeah, so that, and another difference in features is that the Aomais Sport 2 supports NFC, so it's pretty much tap and pair. alongside the Bluetooth functionality where the Omaker M6 does not. Okay, they both support aux jacks. So if you're in areas with a ton of interference and you want to plug in to continue listening to your music or using your speaker, you can do that. So they both support that. But a little bit of a downside, guys, is that they both require power to use the aux jack, okay? So you're not going to be able to use these speakers if they're completely dead. They both require power to use the aux jacks, so that's a little bit of a downside, but that pretty much does it for the overall features of these guys. Okay, so up next, let's talk about the overall Bluetooth range and the overall Bluetooth strength on these speakers. Okay, I'm not going to cover everything on these speakers. If you want to go more in depth on these two speakers, feel free to check out my full reviews of these guys, which will be linked down below in the video description. Okay, so moving on, let's go over the Bluetooth range and the Bluetooth strength. Okay, and then we're going to do a little bit of a sound demo for you guys at the different volumes, and then we're going to keep it moving. So talking about the Bluetooth range, this is where they differ yet again. The Aomais Sport 2 has a range of 10 meters or 33 feet. Okay, the Omaker M6 has a range of 20 meters or 66 feet. So I just wanted to point that out. In terms of strength, again, in my opinion, it's a tie. As long as you're in areas with no interference, you shouldn't have any issues in terms of the Bluetooth strength. Okay, now real quickly, I just want to give you guys a sound demo of these two speakers here and at the different volumes, and then we're going to keep it moving. I'm trying to do this as quick as possible today because I'm really not feeling well, but let's get it in. So the first thing we're going to do is test it at 50% volume on both of these guys. So here we go. Turn it on. Okay, Google, set volume to 50%.
Okay.
So Omaker M6 set to 50%. Okay, Moto X. Okay, Moto X. And okay, we have some issues today. Okay, Moto X. Yeah, it's not catching it. Okay, let's do it by hand then. Oh, well, that would be why it's not catching it, because I'm not in there. Okay, Moto X. Still having some technical difficulties. Okay, let's set this by hand. Or it could just be because I'm sick. It does not recognize my voice. My voice sounds horrible. All right, so that's about 50% there. Boom, right about there. So now they're both set to 50%, and let's start this test here. Okay, let's start off with the Omaker M6. All right, so enjoy, guys. 50% volume. Here we go. Alright, so let's do it over here. 50% volume, Aomais Sport 2. Here we go, guys. Okay, now let's up the volume to 75% and let's keep it moving. All right, let me take a few deep breaths. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, Google, set volume to 75%. Okay, here we go. So that one's set to 75%. And let's try this again. Okay, Moto X, set volume to 75%.
Opening Google.
Okay, now it worked.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. So 75% on both. And now let's jump back to the video and let's do this again. This time, let's start with the Aomais Sport 2. Okay, 75%. Enjoy, guys. Here we go. Okay, and now for the Omaker M6, 75% volume. Here we go. Okay, so now let's bump it up to 100% and let's do this test one more time. So here we go. Take a few deep breaths. Whew, it hurts. It hurts. Okay, Google. Set volume to 100%.
Okay. All right.
All right, so 100% volume over here. Okay, Moto X. And again, it didn't catch. Let me try that one more time. Okay, Moto X. Okay. Whew. Okay, let's just do that by hand. So 100% volume over here. And let's go back and test it one more time. All right, and let's start with the Aomais Sport 2 this time. Okay, and now let's go to the Omaker M6, 100% volume. Okay, so that does it for the sound demo test. And really, guys, if I had to pick a winner when it comes to the overall sound quality, I would say it's a tie. If I had to pick a winner when it comes to the overall volume, in my opinion, I think the Aomais get slightly louder, but they both really get really loud. So in that regard, it comes down to personal preference. And if I had to pick a winner in terms of the bass, although they are really good, I think I'd have to give the edge to the Aomais Sport 2 for the bass. So in terms of sound quality, they're both tied. In terms of volume, Aomais Sport 2. In terms of bass, Aomais Sport 2. But really, the bass is really personal preference, because some people don't like a lot of bass, other people do. I'm a big fan of a lot of bass, so it is what it is. But there you go, real quick sound demo test. And purposely, guys, I did not do this prior, so that was my first time listening to both speakers side by side. Although I have been testing them individually on their own, this is my first time listening to them together. So that's truly my opinion, because this is the first time I've listened to them side by side. So that does it for the sound demo. And keep in mind, this whole video is just in my opinion, and everybody's opinions may vary, and everybody's opinions are valued. So let's keep it moving. Up next now, let's talk about the durability of both of these speakers. And in that regard, I would have to say it's a tie. Both of these speakers, in my opinion, are extremely durable, and they should stand up to multiple drops. But one thing you want to keep in mind, both of these speakers support water resistance. So who's to tell how many drops will ruin that water resistance? So you want, although they can stand up to a few drops, you want to be mindful and not drop them often, okay? So in terms of durability, I would have to say that it's a tie. Now next, let's now talk about the overall charge times and the overall battery life of both of these speakers. Now, in terms of charge times, it's a little bit of a tie with a slight difference. The Aomais Sport 2 pretty much is going to get a 3-hour charge time religiously, and that's regardless of what charger I use, whether or not I let it drain completely dead, or I plug it in as soon as the battery is low, okay? Whereas with the Omaker M6, it will vary. If I let it go to completely dead, I found that it takes 3.5 hours to get back up to a full charge. Now, if I let it go till I hear the battery low warning, then it's gonna take about 3 hours to reach a full charge. So in that regard, you could say in terms of charge times, the Aomais Sport 2 is slightly better, but in my opinion, as long as I catch them when the batteries go low, I would say that they're the same. Next, let's talk about the overall battery life between these two speakers, okay? Now, in particular, when I was testing these two speakers separately, I tested the battery life with the volumes at 50% and 75%. And in that regard, these were my results. With the Aomais Sport 2 at 50% volume, I was getting about 25 hours, in between 24 and 25 hours, okay? And with the Omaker M6 at 50% volume, I was getting upwards of 29 hours. Okay, and keep in mind that's with mixed use. So I was doing a lot of phone calls, I was dictating a lot of text, I was doing a lot of voice commands with my devices. You know, I was listening to a lot of music, watching a lot of YouTube videos, and a lot of Hulu and Netflix. So pretty much when I do my testing, it's with mixed usage. I'm not a big fan of trying to break everything down into separate things. let's just put it all together. So in terms of 50% volume, again, it was 27 hours for the Aomais Sport 2 and upwards of 29 hours for the Omaker M6. Now, at 75% volume, I was getting 22 hours with the Aomais Sport 2 and 24 hours with the Omaker M6. Okay? So, in terms of battery life, you could say it's a big win for the Omaker M6. Omaker M6, the Omaker M6 takes the W hands down, at least in my opinion. Again, keep in mind, this is just with my particular results and my testing and my style of usage. Your guys' results may vary because we all use our devices differently. Alright, so now we've reached the end of the video, and this is where I want to talk about the price and give you guys my final thoughts or a recommendation or two. Man, I can't even talk today. So I picked both of these guys up via Amazon, and for the Aomais Sport 2, I paid about $36 after tax. Keep in mind, I am an Amazon Prime user, so I get free 2-day Amazon Prime shipping. And if you're not an Amazon Prime user, you still have to factor in shipping and handling and taxes wherever applicable. So keep that in mind. So I paid $36 for the Aomais Sport 2. Now, when it comes to the Omaker M6, I again picked this up via Amazon, and I paid about $33 after tax for this one. And again, your pricing may vary depending on your location and whether or not you're an Amazon Prime customer. Okay, so we've reached the important part. Which one do I recommend? And this one, I have to say, it comes down to what do you want out of your speaker. Now, in my opinion, I don't know, it's tough. I'd have to call it a tie. Each one of these speakers do things slightly better than the other in different regards. So really it comes down to personal preference. Or you can just take it by price if you want to do it that way. So if you want to save a couple dollars, literally, because there's like a $3 difference, you can go with the Omaker M6. Okay? But if you want some slightly better waterproofing, again, this is all in my opinion, with the IPX7 rating, you want some slightly better bass, you want a little bit better volume, I would say go with the Aomais Sport 2. But that in no way, shape, or form takes away from how good the Omaker M6 is, and I can easily recommend this if you want to save a little bit of money. And keep in mind, this one has its upsides as well. Okay, you have a better Bluetooth range with this guy, and you have an overall better battery life at a cheaper price. So this one has its upsides as well. Okay, but other than that, that pretty much does it. It really comes down to which one you think you're gonna enjoy over the other. But in my recommendation, I would have to say you can go ahead and pick up both. But if you're looking at it by price, then I would have to say you may want to go with the Aomais. Oh well, by price you want to go with the Omaker M6. But if you spending an extra couple of dollars, you can go with the Aomais Sport 2. Alright guys and gals, that pretty much does it for this versus/comparison video. Keep in mind, I did not cover everything in this video. If you want to see more things or things that I did not cover in this video, please be sure to check out my full reviews of both of these speakers, which will be linked down below in the video description. Also, down below in the video description will be links to where you can pick both of these speakers up at some really great prices. So the video description will be like a one-stop shop down there. So check out the video description if this video piqued your interest. As always, guys and gals, if you enjoyed the video, please help your boy out and give the video a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. If you want to see more raw, uncut content like this one, because you never really know what's going to happen when I push record. I don't even know if you heard those notifications that I was getting off camera. Sorry guys. But if you want to see more raw, uncut content like this, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and click off the notification bell icon right next to it so you get notified when I post new videos. And as always, guys, if you guys and gals know anyone out there looking for some high performing devices and products at some really great prices, please share with them my channel, because I'm doing this for everyone, because we all deserve the best. Alright everybody, I will catch you guys in my next video, and I hope everyone has a great day. And please let me know how the video looks, because this whole video is being recorded using the 13 megapixel cameras on the OG himself, the Note 3, the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. And please let me know how the audio sounds. All audio from this video for this video is being recorded using the lapel CQ microphone. Okay, so please let me know how the audio sounds, and please let me know how the video looks. And again, I apologize if it's not up to how good the video quality has been, because you know, it is what it is sometimes. I went to record this video and my G6 needed to be charged, and I needed another device to demo these things for you guys. So Note 3 had to come out of retirement, but it is what it is. Anyways, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a good day. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.